Hello and welcome to easyodds.com. My name is Ross Casey. I'm here with horse racing extraordinaire Jake Johns, who already in the past week has found place money for Harlequin in the Irish Oaks. Went up at 16 to 1 in this very video last week. So hopefully some of you made a fair bit of money out of that selection. And already this week he's always been also close. Hit the bar twice. Twice he's been one of a winning accumulator in our daily accumulator. But if you were on Trixies rather than a multiple bet, then you have some winners there.
Which some people are. I'm going to have to count it as a loser, of course, because it's called accumulator, not Trixie. But in fact, a couple of people are on Trixies, and they were quite good returns because they were 34 to 1 and 67 to 1 trebles.
Sounds good to me. So make sure that you do read Jake's daily accumulator either on his Twitter at Jake Johns or via our Easy Odds app or on mobile or desktop. But for this week we are looking at the King George at Ascot, and there's been some big news, Jake. The previous favourite, short price favourite, 1 to 2, postponed.
Yeah,
has been postponed.
He's absolutely gone. His career is postponed for now.
Yeah. But as always, Jake will try and find the big price. He was going to try and find a big price even with a short price favourite, and now that's opened up the race. Let's get stuck in and hear Jake's views on the race.
I was worried about postponing because I was pretty 100% certain that he was going to win, so I was going to have to try and do without market. But now it is the without market,
exactly,
no matter what. So yeah, so postpone's gone, and it's a really, really poor renewal. It was what was meant to be one of the best races of the year. It's billed as one of the best Group 1s in England, and it was poor even when Postpone was in it. And now Postpone has gone, it's just absolutely shocking in terms of purely quality. But I mean, from a punting perspective, it's a little bit more interesting now because there's not a 1 to 2 favourite, and that's
absolutely
basically wide open. Dartmouth is favourite, which is completely understandable because he's a Sir Michael style, completely typical Sir Michael style 4-year-old, improving with age. And improving as a 4-year-old as well, because he was been excellent this year from first start to most recent start, which was a really good win in the Hardwick Stakes. Quite a good price. I think it was 10 to 1 actually. Ryan Moore was on the second, who's running here as well, and he dropped the whip that day, and he'll be looking to reverse the form. But I don't really like either of those. I just don't think that was that good a race, and I don't know. Like I think obviously either of them could win. But Highland Real is we know where he's about. He's a bit of a globetrotter. He's done quite a few good Group 1 runs. Dartmouth is improving all the time, but he's a 4-year-old. I just think they're a little bit too short. They're both around 9 to 4, 2 to 1 at the moment. They could easily win, but 2 to 1 is in a race like this. It's really open, and I just don't think it's that good a price.
Okay.
I really like Erupt, the French horse. He needs desperately needs good ground. And there's a bit of rain about, but I don't think it's going to rain. The weather changes every single day, so I don't know what's going to happen. But there could easily be like some sort of crazy thunderstorm or something with this heat. But I really like him if the ground's good to firm. He was staying on 5th in last year's Arc, which was a much better race than this. He doesn't win that often, but he usually runs to credit, and this isn't a very good race, so he could have a chance. He's about 5 to 1, but one I'm going for at an absolutely huge price, and it's 6 runners, so I'm not even going to go each way. Sir Isaac Newton.
Okay.
Currently around 18 to 1. I was really, really close to backing him on Monday at 33s with postponing the race each way, and then I didn't do it. And then I thought he's not going to go here because A.P. O'Brien said he's probably not going to go. He's going to go to the race in York instead. And then what do I see this morning? He's in it, 18 to 1. I think that will get shorter as well. So I still think that's good value. I think he's going to go off about 12 or 10 to 1, maybe about that. I think about 12 or 10 to 1. Beautifully bred colt by Galileo, costs 3.6 million guineas as a yearling, which is incredible, an unbelievable amount of money. Basically installed as a Derby favourite from then, definitely a Derby favourite of the future. He ran really well in his sole start as a 2-year-old, behind a pretty useful top. I can't remember who it was. I think he won a Irish Guineas trial next time. But yeah, that was all right. Over 7 furlongs, always going to improve over further. He then won easily next time in a nothing race, and then he ran really impressively in the Jersey at Ascot as a 3-year-old. He was really, really unlucky, encountered loads of problems, lots of traffic, couldn't have found much more traffic to be honest, but he stayed on really, really strongly into 6th. That was eye-catching. That was the first time that everyone thought, oh, actually, this horse might be pretty good. Rather than just... Well, it was good on debut as well. In fact, it was good up until then, but it wasn't amazing. But that was pretty eye-catching. I thought it was going to... everyone thought he was going to kind of go on from then and then just be amazing. And then he was ridden way, way too aggressively at Leopardstown. But yeah, actually, before the Ascot race, I completely forgot, he lost at Chester, which is probably the most famous run that he's been in, because he was 1-6, which is incredible, and he lost to a horse called Simro. He's not nothing. Well, he's nothing on these group. Well, he shouldn't be. He shouldn't have been beating Isaac Newton that day anyway, because he was Derby favourite at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was poor, and then he was better at Ascot, and then he was ridden way too aggressively at Leopardstown, and faded at the finish. So yeah, there's excuses for that. And then on his first start in 2016, he was tried with the Hood at Dundalk. Clearly didn't get on with it. And then he ran a decent race behind Portage, who won the Royal Hunt Cup at Royal Ascot in third. So up until his Wolferton win, which is his most recent, not his most recent win, but up until his Wolferton win, he was obviously been incredibly disappointing considering how much he cost. But he has had a few excuses, and he's kind of been on the fringes of being really good, and he's clearly got a lot of talent, and he has had a few excuses. Obviously, yeah, he's been disappointing overall, but he was absolutely brilliant in the Wolferton, travelled like an absolute dream. You saw him behind. I think he was quite a good price as well. Yeah, he just looked like a Group 1 performer running a handicap, and he was incredibly impressive. It kind of put him back on the map as maybe he could be as good as his yearling price kind of demanded he would be. And then he improved again next time when he easily bust aside, quite not easily, but like he was well on top at the finish, ahead of Chemical Charge at the Curragh, a horse who beat him only 2 starts back, so he's obviously steadily improving as a 4-year-old as well. Not steadily, well, quite a lot. And I think he's just coming into himself about now. Like he's just looking like he could be really good as a 4-year-old and as an older horse. And he's never going to have a better chance to win a King George, obviously, because this is a Paul Renault. It's just a pretty open race. He has really good form at Ascot as well, if you consider his Jersey Stakes being pretty unlucky in 6th, and he won last time very impressively. Those are probably 2 of his top performances, and they've both been at Ascot. And if anyone's going to eke out a little bit more improvement of him, it's AP O'Brien. From a horse that got beaten by Simro to King George winner, he's the guy to be training you. He's also by Galileo, so the step up in distance should suit him even more. And last time it looked like he probably needed a step up in distance as well. I think he's just a really good price at 18-1. I think he's massively overpriced, and I think it'll definitely be shorter than that by race time. I think
excellent.
I'm almost certain it will be.
So that's a huge price tip yet again from Jake Johns. Don't forget, King George, 18-1. Sir Isaac Newton, and of course if you want to add Sir Isaac Newton to your horse alert service via easyodds.com, it's really, really easy. Just press the bell next to his name in any matrix that he's running in, or use the search bar in the horse alert section. Really, really easy to use, and that will mean that every time that Sir Isaac Newton is about to run, the morning of his run, you'll get an email saying Sir Isaac Newton is running in this race, and you'll make more money off of him. So that's your tip, 18-1. Massive price again from Jake Johns. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button via the watermark at the bottom of the screen of the Easy Odds logo. I've been Ross Casey, this has been Jake Johns, and once more, 18-1, Sir Isaac Newton.
Bye.